What it is, guys? It's your boy BlastphamousHD. Bruh. So today we are here with BHD story time. I'm gonna tell you guys a real quick story about when I got robbed at gunpoint in GameStop. And it is as bad as it sounds. Oh boy. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully the chat does not break on this one. You know what I'm saying? But just in case it does, what it is, Vegito? You know what I'm saying? Who's calling me? Nah. Yo, what's up? Hey, what's up, Matthew Davidio? Gunpoint. Yeah. Yes. Got robbed at gunpoint at GameStop. It is not a game. You know what I'm saying? Now, oh my God. All right, so we gonna introduce you guys, man. I want to say what's up to all you guys before we start the story. This is by far pretty much one of my craziest stories. You know what I'm saying? Bro, type of one in the chat if you guys have ever been robbed at gunpoint or ever had a gun pointed at you. Type of two in the chat if you've never had a gun pointed at you. I hope all of you say number two. For real, because nobody deserves to have a gun pulled on them. What it is, Cinnamon? What's up, little Flash? Yo, W's in the chat to TTV Ghost! Yo! W's in the chat! Alright, so, starting us off the right way, man. TTV Ghost. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? We about to jump right into this mug, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so, now, oh, and if you super chat, you will be included in the story in some way, shape, or form. As long as you let me know by saying hero, villain, or extra. So type in the super chat that you send if you want to be a hero, a villain, or just a background extra. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Once I get the link up in the chat, I'm going to get up and we going to act this mug out. You know what I'm saying? Because getting robbed at gunpoint in the GameStop, it was traumatical. You know what I'm saying? It was extremely traumatic. It sucked. The last thing I saw before, you know what I mean, I got my eyes duct taped closed, was a loaded freaking gun pointed directly in my eyes, in my eye holes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was scary as hell. Yo, W's in the chat. TTV Ghost Spectator. Yo, Spectre. Yo, I see you want to be a villain. I got you. You're one of the robbers. You're one of the people that held me up at gunpoint. At least you wore a Pooh Shiesty. You know what I'm saying? And this is before Pooh Shiesties was even fashionable. No one wore Pooh Shiesties back then. But these dudes showed up. All of them wearing Pooh Shiesties. I should have known it was on Fluflametry from the get-go, people. I should have known. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Everybody let me know where you guys are at. Like, what time is it where you guys are at and where you guys are from so I can give you guys shout outs and then we're going to start the story. With that being said, once we reach our first super chat milestone of 50 in super chat, you know what I'm saying? Our super chatters get to choose which story we jump into next. You know what I'm saying? So stick around. You know what I'm saying? Come one, come on, no diddy. You know what I'm saying? Come through, listen to some stories. If you do super chat, stick around. That way you get to choose which next crazy story I tell you guys today. Because if you look at me, we've seen it all a little bit, most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, what had happened was I was living up in the projects. You know what I'm saying? Not going to go into gross detail. You know what I'm saying? Unless the super chatter wants me to. You know what I'm saying? But on this day in particular, I was trying to stay away from crime for a living. You know what I'm saying? Because I had gotten into doing crime, but I didn't want to get into doing crime for a living. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Like, I decided to get a job, you know what I'm saying? Which for me was the height of staying away from, burgling houses. When I was younger, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, but this is all the way 100% photoshopped. That way, if they put it in a documentary, I can just lie and say it's fake. And due to YouTube and online culture, you know, and people and whatnot, people will believe it because nothing's real. It's all made up. None of it's real. But with that being said, I used to burgle houses. Yeah, I'm saying I never took a weapon with me when I was younger, and I never hurt no innocent people. I tried to find non-occupied houses to burgle. Yeah, I'm saying now for 30 in super chat, I will tell those stories about what got me into burgling and the houses I burgled. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah. Unless our super chatters want to make that our next the next story time we tell once we hit the super chat milestone. Type a 1 in the chat if you guys want to make that the story I tell once we hit the next super chat milestone, which is 43 more in super chat. Type a 2 in the chat if you guys want me to tell you guys one of my other stories that is just as crazy. You know what I'm saying? Once we reach the super chat milestone. You know what I'm saying? TTV Ghost, the homie, the homie TTV Ghost gets to pick. You know what I'm saying? If he keeps food on the table, to each their own. Get your bread. Yo, you got good energy, TTV Ghost, bros. Yo, I like that you believe to each his own, bro. I believe the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Different strokes for different folks. Potatoes, tomatoes, to each their own. Now, with that being said, you know what I mean? I was living in the projects, but we just in, for this situation in, at hand, let's say I had applied to work at GameStop about 2 months prior to it getting burgled, right? Walk up in there and, I'm playing video games with everybody and I meet all the employees that work there. Now the head leader of everybody that worked there, his name was Trey. You know what I'm saying? Trey was cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? We about to act this mug out. Oh, yeah. All right, so anybody that wants to super chat to your boy directly, we just got the links off up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys want to send anything directly to your boy and get that golden shout out, you know what I'm saying? Just do me a favor and say, check your tip jar, Blast, and I will check the tip jar. We all gather in and make sure that your tip got solved. Now, with that being said, I put in an application up at GameStop. The lead worker up there, his name was Trey. Now, the reason why they wanted me to work there was because every day I went up in that mug, I was always helping people find games. I would always crack jokes. I would tell stories, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? They obviously, they knew that I would be a super duper good fit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I appreciate the compliment. For real, for real. That's what's up. Yo. Hey, W's in the chat, man. Hey, so what time is it where you guys are at right now? All right, so also where are you guys from? So, after I put my application in, I go up there, you know what I'm saying? I start talking with the people, and Trey lets me know that I'm next on the chopping block to get the jizzob. You feel me? I'm about to freaking get hired up there, and let me tell you, bro, it felt wonderful. I felt great. I felt like I was walking on sunshine. Because back then, GameStop was my dream job. Hell, I still would love to work with GameStop, maybe even at a store or something like that. But I grew up gaming, so I love video games. Type of 1 in the chat if you grew up playing video games and you love video games. You know what I'm saying? Because I love video games too. Because I grew up, you know what I'm saying, when I was younger. Oh, hey, so what's up? What's up, Jessica? Yo, that's cool that you're from London. Yo, what's up, Reese? Yo, you from the UK? That's awesome. We got a lot of UKers up in this hub. Yo, I've never been to Mississippi before. Hey, what's up, True? Yo, what's up, L1 Reacts? You know what I'm saying? Yo. Oh, what the hell just happened? There we go. We fixed it. Oh my God, bro. We gave ourselves an accidental green screen, man. Yo, what's up, Paul? What's up, Rin? Yo, what's up, man? Yo. Nah? Yeah, I like that you want to rob the house next to you. I don't understand. That's kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? For real. Yo, appreciate you for the compliment. All right, so with that being said, what it is, Paul? What's up, Dandy? You say it's 6:23 where you at, Dandy. That's fire. Yo, what's up, Reno? Hey, appreciate the compliment, man. For real. Yo, thanks for the compliment. All right, so with that being said, you You know what I'm saying? Put my application in. Trey lets me know I'm about to get hired up in that mug. So I'm ecstatic. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling everybody, yo, TTV Ghost. W's in the chat to TTV Ghost. Thank you for making my childhood special. Yo, you're from Alabama. Yo, I'm glad I could help make your childhood special, Brody. That's awesome, bro. W's in the chat. Yo, what's good? Ellie Cup, what's good? Rick Nick, what's good? Vegito, what's good? Dandelion, what's good? Paul, what's good? True. I so. With that being said, yeah, I'm saying W's in the chat, man. To TTV Goes. Once we reach 32 more in Super Chat, you know what I'm saying? Once we reach 38 more in Super Chat, we jumping into our next crazy story time where our Super Chatters and all of you guys help us. You guys, we all vote to which story we gonna tell. You know what I'm saying? We got a bunch of crazy ones, you know what I'm saying, of me getting robbed and whatnot. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? So, after I put in my application, I hang around with the people, have a great time. 2 months later, they review my application. They let me know that, yo, you're going to get hired. Trey pulls me in to the store one day. He tells me, you're going to get hired. You're about to get the job. That's what's up. So I'm like, yo, turn up. Good looking out, bro. He's like, yo, yeah, I got your back, bro. Because he was a black dude, right? So so he has me come through at night, like 3 times a week, to teach me how to alphabetize all of the video games and to close the store doors. You feel me? To lock it up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm helping him lock everything up and everything's going copacetic. Now the 3rd time I come through and I'm helping this motherfucker close the store, you know what I'm saying? We up in there and I'm playing the brand new Hulk video game that just came out on PlayStation 2. This is a long, long time ago. Way back when I was a children. I was about 17 when this happened. You know what I'm saying? And I'm playing the brand new Hulk game. Yo, W's in the chat to Matthew Dividio. Thank you for the super. Thank you for joining the PhD Army, Brody. Yo, Matthew Dividio says, PhD, has there ever been a story where you got into a fight and you either lost or won and it backfired on you down the line? Also, PhD Army for life. W's in the chat to Matthew Davidio. Appreciate you, Brody. Now, with that being said, if you guys have any questions that you guys want to ask me, you know what I'm saying? Super chat up through. Does not matter the amount, but the more crazy the question, which is the more crazy of an answer that I'll need to give. You know what I mean? Make the super chats appropriate. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? Also, if you guys jump in and grab a membership, then I'm able to see all of your comments because they're highlighted in green, regardless of if you super chat or not. You know what I'm saying? So if you want me to see all of your comments for the whole month, you know what I mean? Super chat through and grab a membership. With that being said, yes, let's see. Okay, so was there a fight that I won or lost that backfired on me? Okay, so yes, there was a fight that I lost that backfired in a good way. Real quick story, since you asked the question in super chat. So I was walking away. I was leaving school, and I got approached by these 7 dudes. And it was like, yo, yeah, we saw you cracking jokes in the cafeteria. We about to break your face open. What now? And I didn't know how to fight, let alone fight 7 dudes. I didn't know how to fight all that. So I start walking back like, yo, hey, and then they keep walking me down. They're like, yeah, bro. One of them pulls out a knife. When I saw the knife, I turned around and ran for my life. And I woke up 4 hours later. Turns out there was a street lamp right behind me. I turned around, ran face first into it, knocked myself clean out for 4 hours. Now, that was bad because I got knocked out, but it backfired in a good way because I didn't get stabbed. You know what I'm saying? Didn't get jumped no more. So technically it was a good thing. Yo, W's in the chat to Matthew Davidio. Thank you for $1 in super chat, Brody. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? We are 32 away from deciding what the next crazy PhD story time I tell you guys is gonna be. Now, on this night in particular, I'm inside the store and I don't know, the ambiance was just really nice looking. I think it's because I was inside of a GameStop surrounded by video games. You know what I'm saying? Type of one in the chat if you enjoy going to GameStop and just looking at the random games when you're in there, just picking through them and finding something new that you like. Type of two in the chat if you guys really don't like going to GameStop like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not as, you just go, you look at GameStop like, it's about $150 instead of it being a good time. Me personally, I love going to GameStop. It is my shit. Gia. Also, what time is it where you guys are at? I like to keep a beat on you guys' time zones. I'm about to tell you guys the craziest part of the story. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Wet my whistle. All right, so with that being said, you know what I mean? I'm in there, I'm helping Trey close up. You know what I'm saying? He closes the metal gates like halfway. He's counting up the register. I'm alphabetizing the games. And out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying, three masked dudes walk in with what looks like guns. They walk in, you know what I'm saying, they draw down on us. Hey, money at the register. And I'm scared, so I put my hands up. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Trey is like, yo, what are y'all doing, right? And the leader, he takes off his mask, and it's a prank, right? It's a jokey joke. It was a black squirt pistol. Trey is like, bro, y'all can't be playing them games because, you know what I'm saying, like somebody gonna get in trouble, somebody gonna get shot. Stop doing that. So they're like, we was just joking, we playing. So then they leave, right? So then, about 15 minutes later, you know what I'm saying, Trey's still counting up the register, and in walks, I'm looking out the window. I see out the window because the front of GameStop is full clear glass. You guys know that. So I'm looking out the window, and what do I see? Freaking 3 masked gunmen get out the back of what looked like a carpenter's van, and they just, you know what I mean? They have AK-47s. One dude, like, I see all the people next door in the laundromat, they see this shit happening, and they run, which let me know that shit was real. I thought that shit was a game. When I saw that, I realized shit was real as shit. I'm like, damn it. Oh my God. So chat, what would you guys do in that situation? What would you do if you was inside the GameStop and you saw the carpenter van backing up, open up, let out all the gang banging freaking bank robbers? You know what I'm saying? One of them got AK-47, the other 2 got freaking loaded pistols. One of them had a 30 with a 40 on it, you know what I mean? The gun with a switch, Uzi, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But it's just not looking good. What would you guys do if that happened to you guys? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah. That's what's up. Yo, appreciate the compliment, Mutant Uploads. Yeah, appreciate you, Brody. Yeah. Yo, you guys got good energy, man. Appreciate you guys. All right, so with that being said, what time is it in the time zone that you guys are at? Like, what time is it where you guys are at? And what state are you guys in? So what time is it? And what state are you guys in? So, with that being said, I'm freaking out. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared. Because I hadn't been in a robbery before. I hadn't had a gun. I hadn't been robbed at gunpoint yet up at that point. You know what I'm saying? So they run in, and who the hell calling me? The homie's just like, so they run in, and the homie's just like, yo, like, everybody get down to the ground. They point the guns at me and Trey. Yo, everybody get down to the ground. And I'm thinking it's a joke because my homies had just left from in there, and it was a joke when they did it. So I'm thinking, okay, this is a joke. So I look over at Trey to see what he does. I look at Trey. Trey is getting down to the ground. He's just like, God damn. And Trey told me before that he had been robbed like 7 times before at that GameStop. So I'm just like, shit. So I follow his lead. I get down to the ground. I put my hands behind my back, my neck. I'm just like, shit. So the guys, they walk over to Trey and they're like, yo, empty the cash register. Homie puts the AK-47 on him. He's like, yo, empty the cash register right now before I blow your shit back. You know what I'm saying? Homie Trey opens up the cash register, and way more calmer than I've ever seen anyone do any freaking thing. He starts going through the money. pulls all the money out the register. It's like $716, right? So then the robbers is like, yo, we about to give us all the biggest systems that's out right now. You know what I'm saying? This was way back in the day when I used to live in the projects. So, you know what I'm saying? I think the biggest systems out was like PS2, Xbox, Nintendo, not even Nintendo Switch yet. So they get the 3 most advanced game systems, they pile them up on the counter. The other 2 robbers, they start duct taping me up. And while the one robber is duct taping me, I got my hands behind my back, he duct taped my eyes behind my back, my hands behind my back. The other robber has got the pistol right, like hold directly to my, like right between my eyes. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yo, we're not gonna say what he said to me. You know what I'm saying? For 20 in Super Chat, I'll tell you guys exactly what he said to me. You know what I'm saying? For 30 in Super Chat, we will act that mug out. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Yo, so where are you guys from? Yeah. Hey, what's up, Zion? Yo, what's up, Delon? What's up, TTV Ghost? Appreciate you, Brody. You know what I'm saying? Now, I recognize one of these robbers. The robber that was tying my hands behind my back. Of course, it was none other than our #1 super chatter so far, TTV Ghost. As when he super chatted through earlier, he let me know he wanted to be a villain. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, anybody who super chats through, you guys are getting put in these stories. They're all crazy, violent gangbanger stories for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some sad, most of them happy, some of them crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, if you guys super chat through, let me know if you want to be a hero, a villain, and or a background extra. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that didn't do nothing, but saw everything. So once we reach 32 more in super chat, we're going to unlock the next story, and you guys going to help me choose between that mug. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Wuzzy? What's up, Delon? What's up, Big Woo? That's actually terrifying. It was very terrifying. Bro, the last thing I saw before the duct tape went over my eyeballs and blacked out my vision completely was the barrel of the pew-pew pointed directly in between my eyeballs. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh. Good grief. So I'm thinking I'm dead, right? I'm like, it's over. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna get shot because every story I'd heard of a robbery like that happening, the guys just got murdered, right? Just got freaking deaded. I'm just like, shit. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? After I get duct taped up, the rest of the story is told from what Trey told me and from what we saw on the surveillance cameras. Because the police let us see the surveillance camera footage of the robbery happening when they checked the footage for the robbery to see if we had anything to do with it, to see if I had anything to do with it. So, after they duct taped me up, you know what I'm saying, the robber goes over to Trey, and he's like, yo, you know what I'm saying, like run all the money out the register, but before he can finish talking, a white cop, right, this Caucasian cop, big dude, built like Garfield, walks up to the front of the store, front of the glass, and taps his pew-pew against the window. Bop, 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 to let the robbers know that the cops are here, right? The guy wasn't even dressed in uniform. I don't know what he freaking was. Must have been like a PI or something. Maybe he was Batman, but with pistols. So the robbers look over, see that, and they start scrambling. They start freaking out and shit. They start throwing shit, running, you know what I'm saying? And then the guy that has the AK-47 on Trey, he's like, yo, open the back door and let us out. You know what I'm saying? Trey tells him, he says, because it's the same thing he explained to the cops, you know what I'm saying? He says, yo, if I open up the back door, like the alarm is gonna sound, everyone, the cops are gonna be here, it's gonna be worse. He's like, yo, the cops are already here, nigga. Open up the back door, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Trey unlocks the back door. They kick it open. They run, the alarm sounds, and they run, and because it let out, okay, so the back of GameStop, it let out into an alley, right? Like, right into an alley. And the wall that was right in the alley, it separated the shopping complex from the projects. Now the project's name is Cheyenne Point. Look it up. You know what I'm saying? It's right next to Walmart Recreational Center. Look it up. Do not go. Do not go to Walnut Recreational Center. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I don't want to scare y'all unless you want to die. Don't go. Even if you're black. Don't go to Walnut Recreational Center. Don't go to Cheyenne Point apartment complexes. Don't go to Joshua Villas apartment complexes. That's the projects I grew up in out here. Don't go to Carry Arms. That's the projects. Don't go to those places. Don't live on any lettered streets that are next to Martin Luther King Street out here in Las Vegas. It's all bad. It's just a bunch of gangbangings. Usually the Gerstons don't do it. So these gangbangers, they hop the wall into Cheyenne Point and they're gone and they never get seen again, right? Helicopters come out. We can hear them over top and stuff. Like as we're freaking, you know what I'm saying? Well, as I'm face down on the police car, because when the general manager of GameStop got there, she swore that I had something to do with it. Nigga! How did I do something to do with it? You know what I'm saying? She swore that it was me. She shows up. You know what I mean? I'm face down on the freaking police car. She walks up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? She's like, and she's telling the other police officer, I see her walk up, she points to me. She's like, I can't hear what she's saying because she's too far away. Officer asks her to point me out, more specifically to point me out closer. So they walk closer to me and I hear the woman say, yeah, he did it, officer. I don't care what he said. I don't care what he says, it's him. And I say, because I don't have any, I can still talk. I'm like, how was it me? I just put in my application. I put my address. Y'all have my address, my phone number, everything. Y'all know everything about me. Why would I put an application into the place where I'm about to rob? Does that make any sense? Like yo, W's the chat to TTV. Yo, thank you, TTV Ghost Spectator. Yo, you say ban that motherfucker. Yo, I don't see. All right, yo, so let me know who is doing the foolishness, TTV, and I have one of my mods ban him. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, if you want to troll me, that's fine. But if you're going to make this an unfun viewing experience for my viewers, then my mods are going to ban you indefinitely. And there are no comebacks. There's no, my mods have been instructed just to throw them out. You know what I'm saying? Just get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yo, man, that's wild. Yo, that's wildin'. So the homie is Optimal says, hey, yo, so W's in the chat to the mod squad, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to kick out. I want y'all to go through and throw out all the weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Ban A, throw them all out. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what they say, if they change even if they change up their tune now, ban them out for any foolishness they were saying before. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not cool that you guys are going to be up in here trying to, freaking bully and talk crap about my viewers and whatnot. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, let me know. You know what? It's Optimal. I've seen you in here a lot. And you have been very, very loyal and always have very good energy. So we're going to make you a member of the mod squad. You know what I'm saying? It's on a temporary base. We're going to see how it works. You know what I'm saying? How you handle the pressures of throwing out the weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the trolls are like roaches, man. Good Lord. Like, let my viewers have a good time. Let them hear some stories. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? W's in the chat to TTV Ghosts. You know what I'm saying? For super chatting at the stream. You feel me? W's in the chat. Yo, for TTV Ghosts. Yo, I suck. Once we reach 30 more in super chat, type of 1 in the chat. If you guys want to hear the stories of when I used to burgle houses, which is not real, because everything's fake on YouTube. I'm just making this up. But yeah, you guys want to hear the story of when I used to burgle houses when I was young? You know what I'm saying? Type of 1 in the chat. Once we reach 30 more in super chat, I will tell those stories. We'll go into those mugs next. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of the most manipulative, crazy ex-girlfriend I ever dated. And it's not Dr. Girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Yeah, man. Hey, I love your name, bro. Your name is Blue now, Optimal. Yo, W's in the chat to Optimal. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? So there's 2 ways to become a mod. Either A, you super chat more than 500 in total directly to the channel, or you gift 100 subs. You know what I'm saying? That way, matter of fact, gifting 100 subs is better because all that way all of the community, I can see all of their chats because all their chats is green. You know what I'm saying? Or you can be here for 30 days straight, and if I see you in all of my streams and you always have good energy, then I will make you a mod as I have just made Optimal X a mod. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the mod squad, bro. You always have good energy, bro. You are a cool person, man. I like your energy. All right, so with that being said, W's in the chat to TTV Ghost, our #1 super chatter of the stream, gets to choose what game. Matter of fact, gets to choose where we go do our our next BHD story time today at. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys want me to go back to Joshua Villa's projects and do a stream there so you guys can legitimately see what it looks like? Do you guys want me to take y'all to the GameStop that this happened at? You know what I'm saying? Because that's on Cheyenne and Las Vegas Boulevard. My nigga, you know what I'm saying? Or do you guys want to come with me to UNLV while we, you know what I'm saying, prepare for our new film class coming up? You know what I'm saying? Because I got a new film class coming up. For real, for real. Yo, super chatters get more votes behind your name. Way more power behind your name. Green, if your name is green, you get 5 votes towards the next story time or towards what we do. You know what I'm saying? If your name is blue, you get 10. You know what I'm saying? If your name is regular and white, then you get 1. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you super chat, that's the amount in dollars, that's the amount of votes that you get behind your name. So, with that being said, this lady walks up to me, bro, and she tells me, and she's like, yo, it's him, officer. I know it's him. And I'm just like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? I put in my application. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. All right, so, type of 1 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of when I used to do break-in and enterings when I was younger, when I used to live in Joshua Villas, because that's where I was taught to do it at. You know what I'm saying? Type of 2 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of when I got robbed for my $2,500 Gucci backpack. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Are those places safe? They're safe for us. But, you know, I will tuck in my chain. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably just do that. But it'd be safe for us. But if you guys go, I don't think you should go. But it's safe for me. Because I grew up in those places and, you know, they like me. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Hey, what's up? Hey, appreciate you for compliment. Yeah, Soy. I appreciate you for thinking that these stories are cap. That way, when the police come around or someone makes a documentary about me telling y'all these stories, we all can say it's all Photoshop. You know what I'm saying? These are all a lie. None of them happened. Now, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, yo, TTV Ghost Spectator, what type of story would you like to hear? And or it's optimal. You know what I'm saying? Also, what time is it where you guys are at? And where are you from as well? You know what I'm saying? We got the links up in the chat, so if you guys want to super chat directly to your boy, which all goes towards Ubering us to the places that you guys want me to explore, the link is off up in the comment section down below and or so above. You know what I'm saying? Everything that gets super chatted through the channel that goes to upgrading our streaming equipment so that we can do more streams, longer streams, and tell you guys more stories and do more gameplays and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Everything that goes directly through the tip jar, pretty much we're gonna spend those on Ubers, getting to places where you guys want me to go explore at. You know what I'm saying? Wow! Wow. Yo, chat. W's in the chat to Dylon. W's in the chat to Dylon. Dylon, and Dylon, because he spits hot fire. Yo, alright, sure. I'm seeing you guys' chat. Yo, hey, what's up, Dylon? Bro, hope you're having a productive day, Brody. It's good to see you, bro. Yo, Dylon says, you know? Yo, how's your day going? I love all your stories, bro. What's your favorite Fortnite mode? Appreciate you for the compliment, Dylon. My favorite Fortnite code is... Oh, my favorite Fortnite mode is Blitz. I love Blitz. It's real fast paced. You know what I'm saying? It's freaking great for kicking it with people and just having an all-around quick, good time and whatnot. Now, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? What story would Dylon, you know what I'm saying, with the homie Dylon, TTV Ghost, you know what I'm saying, or Matthew, what stories would you guys like to hear? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, you guys, like the live, you know what I'm saying? Like this mug up. You guys' likes, comments, and super chats push us up in the algorithm so everyone can hear this crazy shit. So it's really wild, but I read that in the terms of services of YouTube, that with YouTube Live now, everything that gets super chatted through pushes us up in the freaking, you know, in the search engine because it drives freaking you know, chat freaking interaction and stuff. I don't know why they did that. W's the chat to Matthew Dabadio. All right, Joe, he just gained the membership today. All right, so yo, TTV goes. W's the chat to TTV goes. Do you plan on going back to long form vids? I do plan on going back to long form vids. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm looking for an editor. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for some good long form videos editors. They're called stream clippers. You know what I'm saying? Me, I like spending all my time streaming. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love to do. I just love freaking streaming because it's fun. I get to talk to you guys. You guys get to tell me you guys' feedback back. It's a great time. I get to tell you guys about crazy stuff. You guys get to hear about crazy stuff. It works out. Now, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, you know what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm in search of some editors. I just enrolled in the film class up at UNLV. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking Film 100. It's the introduction to film. So right now, I am crazy on the hunt looking for freaking editors. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, these stories are super duper fake, weed. Appreciate you. Make sure to share that out. Let everyone know that all the crimes I tell you guys about in my stories didn't happen, and therefore the police do not need to come looking for me, you know, lining up any crimes that happened back in the day, mostly burglaries or beating up a dude that was trying to fight my girlfriend in front of me, or beating up the dude who robbed my house, put him in the hospital. He had to breathe through a straw for a month. Blah. I cannot, bro, I never asked him what baby food tastes like, nigga. Because he deserved it. He robbed our house at gunpoint, but he didn't get our poker money because we hid it in our books. You know what I'm saying? Which is a tidbit. If you live in the hood, hide all of your money in your books. What do you call that? Criminals don't usually read, which is why I stopped doing crime, because I started reading books, realizing that karma is very, very real. If you do bad stuff, you just get bad shit. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Criminals don't read books, man. Hide all your money in your books. You know what I'm saying? My house literally got robbed at gunpoint by my best friend from Joshua Villas Projects, the projects I'm telling you guys about. And he didn't get any of my money. I had 3 G's hidden in my books. He didn't get it because it was hidden in my books. These niggas stole my Xbox 360 that had already red ring a dude. Nigga, you can't get none of that at the pawn shop. You know what I'm saying? But yes, Weed, appreciate you. Please be sure to put the word out. None of this happened. You feel me? I'm not trying to go back to jail for another year. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell nobody. Matter of fact, tell people. You're like, yo, this dude, black dude, he be telling these realistic ass fake stories on his YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're so fake, he just goes into detail right off the top of his brain. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? So type of one in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of when my house got robbed at gunpoint, but we'll start at the fight. You know what I'm saying? Type of 2 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of the last house I burgled. But remember, none of that happened. None of this happened. It's all it's all Photoshop. We mad as shit. Damn it. No, we gonna make the trolls mad with this one. Yo, alright, so Dylon, he not only is he a green name, but he's already super chatted 5 today. You know what I'm saying? So he gets 10 votes behind his name. So if you're a member, you know what I'm saying, whenever we choose what story time we telling, you get, if your name is green, you get 5 votes behind your name towards a story, and whatever amount you super chat, you get that amount in votes behind your name as well. So, all right, Optimal chooses 2. You know what I'm saying? He's a member of the mod squad. You know what I'm saying? But super chatters get precedence. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's see. Okay, so let's see which story you guys want to hear. Makes no sense. Oh yeah, I bet. You know what I mean? Yo, if these were fake, why wouldn't you write these into movies or shows or get paid for it? Yo, Osei, so with that being said, when we go up to UNLV today, I will also be casting for my first BHD live story episodes. Yo, so with that being said, type of yes in the chat. If you guys want me to take everything we make in Super Chat and put it all towards me turning my story times into films, into skits. Because I don't even need to write. I won't even need to write. I just tell them the story and then, we do the skit. We can do all of that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no. I've never been able to long distance robbery people. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Even if you saw me in person, I'm super duper friendly. You feel me? If you walk up on me, if you throw me like a 5 in super chat in person, I'd like even slap a bully for you. For a 10 in super chat, I'll slap somebody. But for a 5, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? We can do a quick video and whatnot. You know, so I give you black people dap. You know what I'm saying? All right, so everything that is super chatted through this stream, including the future streams, all going to making our BHD story times into live skits. That shit is gonna be hilarious. And our biggest super chatter of the day gets to decide what skit gets made first. What BHD story time do we turn into a skit first? You know what I'm saying? Is it when my homeboy robbed me at gunpoint and then I made this nigga have to eat baby's food through a straw for a month because we put him in the hospital. We broke 5 of his ribs. We perforated his eye socket. And when I say we, I mean you guys, because it's all fake. I didn't do it. So if the police come looking for me, I'm going to tell them y'all did it. Because none of this is real. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we fake broke 5 of his ribs. We fake perforated his eye socket. We fake gave him 3 concussions. You know what I'm saying? He was bleeding so badly internally that he spit up black blood. And if somebody, I learned that off of Magic School Bus. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that off of the Magic School Bus. The blacker the blood the person spits up, the closer to death they are. So that's an easy way to put that. So if you're ever gonna go get some get back for something that you deserve to get your get back because of what they did to you, the blacker the blood they spit up, you gotta stop. If the blood starts looking like a purple grape, you gotta stop. You know what I'm saying? But if it look like ketchup, have at it, baby. You know, But yeah, you know, with that being said, you guys type the 2. Okay, so Dylon, what story did you want to hear, Dylon? You wanted to hear the story, the house haunted story would be cool. All right, so which story would you like to hear, Dylon? You know what I'm saying? You are our highest super chat. Yeah, I think, hey, TTTV, if you are here, TTV, you and Dylon are my highest super chatters, and Matthew, you are my highest super chatters. You know what I'm saying? So you guys get to choose what story I tell next. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So write in the chat what story you guys want me to tell next. You know what I'm saying? If you guys are a member, if you guys not a member, make sure to grab a membership. You know what I'm saying? That way, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Okay, so elbows. You know what I'm saying? These stories or skits will be fire. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Because, you know, I was there. Yo, so Dylon says he wants to hear the haunted story. Understandable. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, he is the person that said that's the story he wants to hear first, so we'll tell that story. So, back when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, I had just gotten out of foster care, and, you know what I mean, the only way they let us out of foster care was that, you know what I'm saying, we had a place to move into. Now, not only were nearly all the places already occupied, but the rent was astronomical. Rent was like $1,400, which was way too much for my parents to freaking be able to pay at the time. So what my parents did was, when they got me out of foster care, they went and got this house. And the house was super duper haunted by a demon. I'm pretty sure it was a demon. You know what I'm saying? Or at least a lady that looked like a demon, because I saw what she looked like. So for 50 in super chat, I will start out describing exactly what the demon chick looked like when I saw her, how her picture flew at me, which is the first time I saw the chick, when I saw her in the attic, which is in my room. So there was a secret door that led in the attic that led to another attic, right? Which is where they kept the air conditioning unit and shit. Now, it looked like a little Narnia fucking door, right? Not big enough for someone to fucking squeeze through. Oh God. So, but yeah, I'll tell once, like, if we get a 50 in super chat, I will tell that whole freaking story. You know what I'm saying? For a 20 in super chat, like, I'll describe details of what the chick looked like. But for 50, I'll tell everything. There will be no stone unsearched. You know what I'm saying? And everything that gets super chatted through goes towards making all of our BHD story times into BHD story time skits. You know what I'm saying? And our highest super chatter of the stream gets to choose what skit or what story time we start with. These are going to be fire. It's going to be so much fun to make these. Oh my God, bro. We're going to have so much fun, bro. So much fun. So much fun filming these. Filming robbing houses. Filming, doing all of this stuff from a childhood. All right, so with that being said, what time is it where you guys are at? And where are you guys from? You know what I'm saying? So, now, when I first got into this crib, I knew the house was super duper haunted because I could feel myself being watched through the ceiling. You know what I'm saying? I walk up in there, you know what I'm saying, and I feel like I'm being watched. And I asked all my siblings, I'm like, yo, do you guys feel that? I feel like I'm being watched. And they were like, yeah, we feel that too. You're not tripping. So I'm like, yo, what the shit? So my first night in this house, right? I wake up at 2:37 in the freaking morning. I'm groggy. I'm sleepy. Moving around, trying to find shit. You know what I'm saying? But I feel this feeling that I'm being watched through, not from up above through the ceiling like I would normally feel when I'm awoke. I felt it coming from the hallway. You know what I mean? Coming from the hallway that led to the kitchen, that led up to the attic, right? So I'm just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell that this wasn't no normal feeling. And I know it wasn't a normal feeling. I know for a fact I was being watched because I've only felt that feeling 3 times in my life, maybe 5, but probably 3 times in my freaking life. One, when I was going to buy a house for me and Dr. Girlfriend back in the day. You know what I'm saying? That house was for one of the houses was haunted. You know what I mean? 2, when I was trapped and locked in a freaking haunted stairway when I used to work at Bellagio. And 3, when I lived in this house when I was a freaking children. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, man. Yeah. Appreciate you for the compliment, Brody. Yeah. All right, yo. So, hey, what's up, Sadav? What's up, Vegito? What's up, Dylan? What's up, Casey? What's up, Martin? What's up, Lana? What's up, Randall? What's up, Rick Nix? What's up, Mystic? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Valix? Your name reminds me of someone I knew back in the day. What's up, Kazis? What's up, Randall? What's up, Big Wood? What it is, homie? What it is, Randall? What's up, Mustang? What's up, Rick Nix? All right, so, what's up, Lana? All right, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I wake up, I feel the feeling, I just don't get out of bed, right? So, I go to sleep, I wake up the next day, I go to freaking school or whatever. So, that next night, you know what I mean? I go back to sleep again at 11 p.m. and I wake up at 2:37 again, right? When I wake up at 2:37 this time, not only do I feel like I'm being watched, but the feeling is like 5 times thicker than it was the night before. You know what I'm saying? And because of this feeling, I'm just like, shit. I've got to do something to take my mind off of how bad it felt like feeling like I'm being watched. So what I do is I make sure to go and I get up, I turn on my Nintendo 64. You know what I'm saying? Now I turn on my Nintendo 64, I start playing Super Mario 64. Type of 1 in the chat if you guys have ever played Super Mario 64. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys have never played Mario 64. Now, with that being said, I get up, I start playing Mario 64, you know what I'm saying? And out of nowhere, I'm just in heaven. It's like video games to me, a good video game is like being transported from the depths of hell to the absolute pinnacle of being up in the sky. You feel me? I'm just like, bro, I felt so good. It's like going from being a demon to being a freaking angel. I was so happy. So I'm playing this freaking game. Now I keep playing this game until about 7 a.m. in the morning, which is when the sun came up. Now with that being said, you know what I'm saying? This whole time I'm playing the game, I felt like I was being watched, but the game kept me from feeling it too, you know what I mean? Feeling it too heavily. You feel me? So with that being said, the next night I go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And I wake up again at 3 something in the morning. Wake up, I play video games, but this time it's not helping enough. So I decide that I obviously need to sleep through these demons trying to possess me, all this other bullshit in this house. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm good. I'm just gonna freaking, I'm just gonna start taking children's Dimetap. Now, I started dosing children's Dimetap in order to stay asleep through the night. Because every night I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would feel this bitch watching me, man. And it don't feel good, bro. It feels like you got with the most attractive Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. You feel me? She all in shape, long brunette blonde hair, hazel eyes, beautiful skin, everything. You get with the chick and then she dumps you. That's what being watched by this chick felt like in the middle of the night. And I only found out later on that 3 a.m. is the witching hour. You know what I'm saying? So it's obvious that there's a reason why this is going down. All right, give me a second, you guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm fixing the music. fixing the music. Yo, hey, so where you guys from? For real, for real. So, with that being said, W's in the chat to the mod squad. Optimal, I appreciate you for keeping the chat nice and freaking, you know what I mean, nice and non-crazy, you know what I'm saying? Make sure to ban anybody that says anything just straight up racist or just straight crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can time people out for like 10 minutes if they're, you know, just having a bad day or whatever. If they're having a super horrible day, just time them out for 24 hours. But if they're saying something as to where you know that they just want to troll, ban them forever. You know what I'm saying? All right, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Now, the diamond tap was working. You feel me? The diamond tap was working for the most part. But, except one night, you know what I'm saying? I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm feeling like I'm being watched heavily. Now, again, I'm sleeping the couch, right? Now I had to sleep on the couch. Everybody else slept in my parents' room, except for me, unfortunately. So I'm asleep on the couch. Now the way I slept on the couch was I slept staring directly into the couch. That way, I didn't have to worry about waking up and seeing no ghost bitch in front of me, like seeing no scurry shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm asleep, you know what I'm saying? I'm super duper high off diamond tap, like I'm children's future or some shit, you know, cough serpent shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm asleep off the scissor, you feel me? And, you know what I'm saying? I wake up again, unfortunately, at like 3:10. Look at my watch, it's 3:10, 3:11, I'm like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? But my face is still asleep in the couch. So I look, I'm like, damn. So, you know what I'm saying? I try to go back to sleep. Now, when I try to go back to sleep, you know what I'm saying? I feel I'm awoken again. And when I wake up this time, I feel this feeling of just sheer thickness. Like, the best way I can put it would be killing intent and or pressure, like off of Naruto. You guys remember the episode? Type of one in the chat if you guys remember the episode of Naruto when Sasuke first fought Orochimaru and Orochimaru was able to paralyze him from his, you know, from his killing stare. You know what I'm saying? Type of two in the chat if you guys have never seen Naruto so you don't know what that scene is. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. So, with that being said, you know what I mean? I'm looking at the couch, but I feel that feeling behind me. And I just know that if I turn around, she's gonna be standing right there. And I'm like, shit. So I just don't want to turn around. I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, I ain't turning around. I'm not turning around. I'm not turning around. So, you know what I'm saying? So I doze back off to sleep, and then I'm awoken again by the same feeling, at least, except this time, it feels like the chick is right on my back. So I'm like, shit, damn. So what I do is, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to turn around. I got to do what I got to do. But before I turn around, I look up. And when I look up, I see that right above me is this orange flickering dancing lights on the wall that's up against, you know, that the couch is pushed up against. So I look up, I see this shit, I'm like, what the fuck? Because I'm still sleepy. I'm thinking I'm dreaming. Type of one in the chat if you guys have ever had a dream and you woke up and your house and you're just in a different place and your room is too dark and you see like a bunch of bugs crawling everywhere, but when you stand still for a little bit, it all goes away and you realize, oh, you were just still dreaming, but you were just awake. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Type of two in the chat if you've never had that happen before. You know what I'm saying? I had that crap happen to me and it scared the crap out of me. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. All right, so appreciate you, Optimal. Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, what's up, Vegito? You know what I'm saying? What's up, homie? What's up, Lewis? What's up, EJ? All right, you guys. So yeah, some of you guys have had that experience. So with that being said, I'll freaking, you know what I mean? I look at the dancing lights above the couch. You know what I mean? I'm still like this. I'm like, you know what? Whatever, man. But I'm still feeling this feeling behind me. So since I'm feeling the feeling and I couldn't go back to sleep, at a certain point, I just decide, you know what? Screw it. I'm up. I'm woke. You know, I'm up. I'm ready. So I turn around because I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of being scared of this damn ghost. Turn around and there was no ghost there. I'm like, what the fuck? I know I feel this bitch. I know I feel this bitch. So, some details that I left out from the last time I told this story. The landlord told us that there were 2 items in the basement that we're not to touch. If we touch them, we apparently get possessed or haunted, or the ghost stays with us and never leaves. Right? That's what the landlord told us. He said, now, there was a rocking chair in the basement, and there was a rocking chair and the red gold latched treasure chest. But the kind you keep luggage in. Not the kind that you open up like it's in Zelda, like the kind you keep luggage in, you feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? We never touched that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? I never touched that shit. So, you know what I mean? So, we end up at a certain point, man, I'm just like, you know what? Like, bruh, fuck this whole house. Like, damn this whole place. I'm sick of being here, man. This is some bull crap. So, but before I can turn around and attempt to go back to freaking sleep, you know what I'm saying? I notice, I look over to where the red lights is dancing coming from. Because I want confirmation that this shit is not, that I'm not dreaming, right? I'm like, what the fuck is, why is there red lights? I look over at the window, and the window looked like the sun, like it was sun up, like the sun had come up, except the sun wasn't far out in the sky, like it's supposed to be. The sun was right up against my window in my living room, right? It looked like the sun was right up against my freaking window. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I get up, not seeing any ghost lady around, and I start walking towards the window. And when I get to the window, you know what I'm saying? Like, I noticed that as I've been getting closer to the window, I can feel more and more heat coming towards my, like more towards my face. And I'm like, why is all this heat coming from? Why is all this heat coming from like towards me? Why is it that it feels and looks like the sun is like 2-3 feet away from my house? What the fuck is going on? So I go to my window and I get a closer look at my blinds that are covering my window. And I noticed that my blinds are distorted. They're like warping. So since my blinds are warping, I'm just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. So let's see. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Let's see. Yeah. That's what's up. Hey, appreciate the compliment, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Appreciate you, Brody. Yeah. All right, so with that being said, I'm just like, bruh. I'm like, nigga. So I go up to the window and I notice that the blinds are like melting. They're distorted. I pull the blinds down. I look out the window and I see, what do you guys think I saw? You know what I'm saying? Jill. Tell me what was there. I want to know how many of you guys heard this story already and how many of you guys are newcomers. You know what I'm saying? So what was next door when I pulled the blinds down? Yeah. That's what's up. Hey, appreciate you guys for the compliments, man. You guys got good energy. Yeah, we don't talk about nothing weird in the chats. You know what I'm saying? For real. Let's see. Yo, thank you. No problem at all, Lana. I got you, yo. For real. Yo, that's wild. Hey, so if you guys have any stories you guys want me to like, if you guys like have any stories that you guys want me to read, you know what I'm saying, super chat the mugs through. That way I can see the mugs. You feel me? For real. You think that ghost was trying to protect you in some way? Well, at the end of the story, I believe it was. Yeah, I believe the ghost was saving my life. For real. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I go over to the, I see that the freaking, the blinds are melting, and I'm just like, what the shit? So I look out the window, and my entire life, the whole house next door was fully engulfed in flames. Fully. House next door completely ablaze. Nigga. When I see this, it all clicks. That's why it's been feeling like that's why it's been getting hotter and hotter the closer I get closer to the freaking window. That's why the blinds are melting. I'm like, shit. So I get up, you know what I'm saying? And I freaking immediately, I start like waking people up in the house. I go to my parents' room, I jump on the bed, I wake everybody up. At this point, smoke is piling in all across the freaking ceiling. Like it's getting everywhere. So I'm running, hurrying, waking everybody up and whatnot. And then, you know what I'm saying, after I wake everybody up, I get everybody outside the house. The last thing that I got was my Nintendo 64, right? I run into the living room and I get my Nintendo 64 and, I get that. Type of 1 in the chat if you guys would have grabbed your video games too. Type of 2 in the chat if you'd have left that shit. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up, George? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. What's up, Buzzy? No spamming. Be careful. You know what I'm saying? My mods usually, they stop the spammers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yo, what's up? Yeah, you guys want to grab your video games. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, George? What's up, Vegito? Hey, all right, you guys, once we reach 45 more in Super Chat, you know what I'm saying? I will be telling you guys the craziest ghost story you've ever heard in your life. You know what I'm saying? Now, this ghost story is when I got trapped in a stairway. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. So, with that being said, type a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to tell you guys this time that I got trapped in a haunted stairway when I was at work at Bellagio. Type a 2 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of when I accidentally almost bought a haunted house. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. All right, y'all. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? At this point in time, I get everybody out the house. The firefighters all run. They come in. All of my neighbors come out their houses. And they're, you know what I'm saying? They're asking us questions. They're making sure we're all good. And I tell them, they ask me, yo, what happened? What happened? I tell them what happened. I'm like, yo, the house caught on fire. I woke up, got everybody out. So the lead firefighter, he hears about this. The firefighting chief, he comes over and he's like, yo, are you the young man that woke up your whole family, got everybody out the house? And I was like, yeah, that was me. And he was like, oh, word? You got all your family out the house? Look, well, you just saved your whole family's lives and you don't even know it. Because what murders people in fires is not the fire or the heat, it's the smoke. You weren't supposed to wake up. You were not supposed to wake up. He told me that. Your house was filled with smoke. You weren't supposed to wake up. So with that being said, like I told you guys, I had taken a shit ton of Dimetap. I wasn't supposed to wake up. I was already succumbing to smoke inhalation, which is why it was so hard for me to get up. I should not have woken up. So that ghost chick, that freaking, you know what I'm saying, that looked like a murderous grudge bitch, she looked like she was a murderous killing ghost chick. You know what I'm saying? I saw her 3 times in the house. Apparently, she was the grudge good ghost. She was the ghost, but she was a grudge good ghost, because the bitch saved my freaking life. Now, when I woke up, now this is a detail that I had not told you guys, all right? When I woke up that night and I saw the fire and shit, when I got my family out, when I woke up, my eyes were burning, right? I thought it was because I was asleep. No, it's because I had taken so much children's Dimetap that I wasn't supposed to be able to wake up yet. Not only that, but the smoke was burning my eyeballs already. I just didn't notice because I was asleep. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the grudge chick, man, woke me up apparently. So with that being said, the fire chief dude, he's like, yo, Like I said, you weren't supposed to wake up. You weren't supposed to be able to get out of any of that. You know what I'm saying? You are blessed, super blessed. I looked up at the window because the moon was real bright out. I looked up at the window of the house we just escaped from, and I saw exactly what was in the house. Clear as day. As if, like in Pirates of the Caribbean, the moonlight freaking, showed the chick for what she was. Now, you know what I'm saying? Once we reach the, for 30th super chat, you know what I'm saying? I'll tell you guys exactly what I saw in the window. You know what I'm saying? What she looked like, about in the gross detail, you know what I mean? Like when I saw her picture, I'll go into the whole backstory, you know what I'm saying? For 50 in super chat, if we reach 50 in super chat, I'll tell you guys, like I'll act that shit out. I'll act out the expression I had on my face every time I saw the crazy looking bitch. You know what I'm saying? Terrifying stuff. That's what's up. No, I haven't tried the one chip challenge. I've never tried the one chip challenge, guys. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up, Up the Moon. Yeah. It was a full moon on that day. What does that mean? I do not know what it being a full moon on that day meant, but it was a full moon on that day. You know what I'm saying? For real. Man. But yeah, man, what would you guys do if you guys looked up in the window and saw that shit? You know what I'm saying? Wild, bro. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? So, you getting more calls, man. They calling us, chat. All right, so you guys, what was the next story time that I was supposed to tell? Dylan, what was the next story time you want to hear? With that being said, you know what I'm saying? If we reach the next super chat milestone, which is 50 in the next 5 minutes, I will stay for another hour and tell you guys more wild, crazy ass BHD story times. You know what I'm saying? The next one is way crazier than this one. So, you know what I'm saying? The story time you guys wanted, if I stay, I'm going to be telling the story time of when I got trapped in that haunted stairway at the Bellagio. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where I worked. And oh boy, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Yeah, I've never done the one chip challenge. You know what I'm saying? For real. Yeah. Well, you almost bought a haunted house. All right, guys. So, all right, so I'm gonna tell you guys this story. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we reach the next super chat amount, if we reach 50 in the next 5 minutes, I'll stay for the next hour. If not, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go run some errands, you know what I'm saying? And I'll probably be back on tomorrow. I don't think I'll be back on tonight, but I'll probably be back on tomorrow. Now, with that being said, when me and that girl, Dr. Girlfriend, we were dating, I almost bought a haunted house on accident. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is what happened. I went to, I was dating this chick, and we was looking for a house. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we were looking for this house, you know what I'm saying, we went to a bunch of different neighborhoods before we settled on this one neighborhood. Now, when we settled on this neighborhood, the reason we liked the neighborhood was it seemed really, really homey, really peaceful, really, it was really nice community. You feel me? People were playing at the park. You know what I'm saying? They had a whole bunch of festivities everywhere. You know what I mean? They had an arcade at the main housing project unit thing. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? We get there, and the landlord guy who's showing us the house, he tells us, yo, this is a great house, great find. We ask him real quick, we're like, yo, has anybody died in this house? Because I'm wary of that. He's like, oh, no one's ever died, nothing's ever happened. You know, everything's fine, everything's great. You know, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So, you know, we're doing the walkthrough of the house. I walked through the house, and I'm gonna give you guys a real quick version because I don't want to leave you guys in a cliffhanger. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me read some of you guys' questions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Understandable. Yo, so you guys saying the one chip challenge is terrifyingly awful? Like it's really, oh God. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Hey, what's up, Vegito? Any tips for Outlast? Says Mo. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play it with the lights off. You will regret it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, yeah, I should definitely try it. For real, for real. That's what's up, George. All right, so peep game. You know what I'm saying? In the next now in the next 3 minutes, we'll be ending the live. Our highest super chatter gets to choose what BHD story time, our first BHD live story time, the BHD story time we're turning into a skit. You know what I'm saying? So right now, our highest super chatter is, you know what I mean? Appreciate you for the support, Brody. Oh, we can literally look at the top viewers. Yo, so TTV Ghost with 1,000 XP points. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you are number one, Brody. Yo, TTV Ghost, what's the first BHD story time you want me to turn to a skit? You know what I'm saying? Either that or it goes to Dylon. Either that or it goes to Matthew Davidio. For real, for real. Yeah. Understandable. That's understandable, TTV Ghost. Yeah. All right, so let's see. Okay, so peep game. Hey, to your moms, I said what's up. All right, so with that being said, do I have XP points? Let's see. So every comment, you get like 2 XP points. For every super chat, for every $2, I think you get like 100. You know what I mean? So let me see, George. You are like number 20 or 40. I think you're number like, oh. Yeah. Yo, I just realized something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, LC? What's up, Umar? What's up, Ellie? What's up, Alex? What's up, Oliver? What's up, Swan? All right, we doing roll call up in this mug. You know what I'm saying? If y'all hear your names, you know what I'm saying? Type a 1 in the chat if you hear your name. All right, what's up, Ellie? What's up, Alex? What's up, Oliver? What's up, Swan Anonymous? What's up, Swanonymous? Swanonymous? What's up, Spec? What's up, DMZ? What's up, It's Optimal? What's up, Zach? What's up, Alan? What's up, Bob? What's up, Raw? What's up, Keep Click? What's up, Michael? What's up, Dandy? What's up, Murder? What's up, Coolix? What's up, T1 Reacts? What's up, Delon? What's up, Alex? What's up, Wuzzy? What's up, Jakes? What's up, APL? I just now learned how to see you guys' names and stuff. You know what I mean? What's up, Jessica Bless? What's up, Mole Rat Radiation? What's up, AA Dove? What's up, Joe? What's up, Joel? What's up, TTV Ghost? What's up, Dylon? What's up, Matthew Davidio? What's up, Big Woo? What's up, Lil Flash? For real. That's what's up. Yo, appreciate you for the compliment, Brody. All right, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? We about to get up out of this mug. All right, so the next BHD story time. What's the next BHD story time you guys want me to drop? Yeah. What's the next BHD story time you guys want me to drop, yo? For real. Yo, you guys had great energy, man. Hope you guys have a great day. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys have a productive day. You know what I'm saying? For real. We out this mug in like a couple minutes. Yeah. So if there's any comments you guys want to send to me before I roll out, you know what I'm saying? Send them mugs through. Yo, what's up, Demon Slayer fan? All right, you guys, just like we said a couple seconds ago, if we reach our super chat milestone, which is 50 in super chat, I'll stay for another hour and tell you guys BHD story times. You know what I'm saying? But if not, I'm about to go run some errands. You know what I'm saying? And I won't be back till tomorrow, more than likely. But I want to see what story time you guys want me to tell you guys once I come back. I want to hear the one where you stayed in the haunted house. That makes sense. Hey, yo, type a 1 in the chat if the stream is lagging for you guys. Type a 2 in the chat if the stream is not lagging at all. know what I'm saying? Type of 1 in the chat if the stream is lagging. Type of 2 in the chat if the stream is not lagging at all. For real, for real. That's what's up. Yo, I'm glad it's not lagging that much. What's up, George Kitchen? What's up, Llama Sleeve? What's up, Vegito? What's up, Coolix? What's up, Dialon? What's up, It's Optimal? What's up, Demon Slayer? Yo, you guys got hella good energy, yo. Alright, so type of 1 in the chat if you type a yes in the chat. If the next story time you guys want me to tell, you guys, how I got fired from Bellagio. You know what I'm saying? Type of 2 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of how I found out a really, really good friend of mine was like lying behind my back on me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, that's what's up. Hey. Yo, what's up, Sativa? What's up, Javivin? What's up, Vegito? That's what's up. Yeah. Hey, appreciate the compliment, you guys. Alright, so we're getting a lot of 2s coming through. Hey, George Kitchen, which one do you pick? 1 or 2, bro? That's what's up. Yeah. Sending healing energy to Disney. Disney should definitely stop doing whatever they're doing if they don't want the results of that. For real, for real. All right, you guys, stay up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. W's in the chat to TTV Ghost. W's in the chat to Dylon. W's in the chat to Rick Nix. Yo, W's in the chat to Matthew Davidio, who grabbed the membership. Appreciate you, Brody. Yeah. Yo, I see you in the next BHD time. I'll see you in the next BHD story time. Javiv. See you next time. It's Optimal. See you next time, Demon Slayer. Stay up, y'all.